Old Man Hemlock lived at the edge of the woods in a house that sagged like a tired old man. He was a quiet sort, kept to himself, and the only thing he truly cared for was his well. Not just any well, mind you. This one was ancient, built of dark, moss-covered stones, and people said it went deeper than any well in the county. One sweltering summer, the creek dried up, and even the town well started to dwindle. Folks were desperate for water. They went to Old Man Hemlock, begging for a share from his deep, dark well. He just shook his head, his eyes like chips of ice. "My well ain't for sharing," he rasped, his voice like dry leaves skittering across pavement. "It's got a thirst of its own." People grumbled, but they knew better than to argue with Hemlock. Still, the thirst grew, and soon a few brave, or perhaps foolish, young men decided they'd take a bucket or two after dark. Under the pale sliver of a moon, they crept through the rustling woods to Hemlock's yard. The well stood like a sentinel, its stone lips slick with damp. One of them, a lanky fellow named Jed, lowered the bucket. As the rope unspooled, a faint, sibilant whisper seemed to rise from the depths. It was like dry grass rubbing together, or the hiss of a snake. Jed paused, his hand trembling on the rope. "Hear that?" he whispered, his eyes wide. His friends scoffed. "Just the wind, Jed. Pull it up." He pulled. The rope grew heavy, not with water, but with a strange, resisting weight. The whispering grew louder, a chorus of dry, raspy voices, like 1,000 parched throats. When the bucket finally broke the surface, it wasn't filled with water. It was filled with hair. Long, black, tangled hair, dripping with something thick and dark that wasn't water. And clinging to the hair like pale, blind pearls, were dozens of tiny, unblinking eyes. Jed screamed, dropping the bucket. It clattered against the stone lip, and the hair, with its awful cargo of eyes, spilled onto the ground, writhing as if alive. The whispering intensified, rising from the well like a hungry sigh. The young men didn't wait. They ran, stumbling through the woods, the sound of those dry, thirsty whispers chasing them all the way home. The next morning, Old Man Hemlock was gone. His house stood empty, and the well was still there. But now, if you listen closely on a still night, when the wind is just right, you can hear it. A faint, sibilant whisper, rising from the deep, dark stones. A whisper that sounds like 1,000 parched throats, forever asking for more,